My name is Charles Cook. I'm a former home hemodialysis patient. An operation to try to correct the problem with my heart saved my life, but it cost me my kidney function. So I went in worried about my heart, and I woke up on dialysis. I was on dialysis up until I got my transplant in October of 2017. You know, the doctors and the nurses can tell from a medical perspective what it's like to go through a transplant and what it's like to sit in this chair and go through dialysis, but they've never done it themselves.
We brought together donors and recipients and family members to ask them what was missing in their kidney care. And the main idea that came forward was that they would have loved to talk to somebody who had actually been through that process. We listened loud and clear to what they had to say, and so we created the Transplant Ambassador Program. And this program has launched in 13 of the 26 renal hospitals across Ontario. We've partnered with a quality improvement team at each of the hospitals, and we've brought together volunteers who are donors and recipients to be in clinic and speak to patients who have questions about the journey and what it is like.
After I healed up a little bit, this opportunity came along in the spring for me to share the experience that I'd had, and I feel that knowledge is no good unless you share it. So I actually get to come and talk to people in this very room. Somebody's sitting in this very chair that I sat in, and say, hey, I was sitting there. You know, since something that I read, this is something that somebody told me. I actually lived through it. If I can do it, you can do it too.
As a patient myself, I know that it can be really lonely going through that process, and there can be a lot of fear and anxiety with that. And so having somebody who's been through that process before to sit down with you and answer all of those questions that you might not remember in a doctor's office has been really amazing.
I got involved in TAP so that people could talk to me about being a donor. I know that receiving a kidney changed Candace's life completely. So if somebody is thinking about donating a kidney and they have fears surrounding that, they can ask me any question. They can see I'm in my 50s. I donated a kidney to my daughter and my life's better than it ever was.
The impact has been amazing so far. We've really heard back from a lot of patients that this is what they desperately needed and what they really wanted.
Frontline staff have really appreciated the help because as a non-transplant center, a lot of the frontline staff don't really know much about transplant. So getting to hear it from the TAP team themselves has been really amazing.
It's the best thing I've ever done in my life, to be honest. It makes me feel really great to be able to come in and give back and tell people how much more enriched my life is from the experience and maybe stop some of their fears.
It's a great feeling, you know, and I want other people to have that. And so whatever I can do to get them from in this chair to being out of this chair and on with their life, that's what I'm going to do. That's what TAP is all about for me.